G'day guys, well I didn't expect to be doing a video so soon, but this is absolute gold. I haven't actually watched all of this yet. My partner's in the background in the kitchens preparing stuff, but that's alright. So let's have a look at the latest from Matty G.
What's happening, guys? Hope you're having an amazing day. I'm Matty G from MattyGTV.
I'm just going to commentate over the top of this.
Today I've been getting all kinds.
First of all, I saw him in Twitter. I mean, he's clearly loaded, had plenty to drink. I've had a couple myself. But he's been threatened, obviously. He's copping all sorts of crap about letting the cat out of the bag on DogeGF too early. And I could see that being the truth, because he was the first one to... Where was everyone else with DogeGF? Matty G was the very first. How? Was he whale watching, or maybe he was? Whatever, why weren't there more influential people releasing this? Has Matty G short-circuited the process, and now he's getting serious threats? I mean, his behaviour seems to suggest so. He's become very defensive. He's got knives out, threatening he's got AK automatic weapons. Anyway, it's hilarious. Let's watch a bit more.
Kinds of death threats from Illuminati people regarding DogeGF. They're upset, man. I let DogeGF out the bag way too early.
So he says he let DogeGF out of the bag way too early, and I believe that. You just don't know what's going on behind the scenes here, do you? I mean, there are people holding quadrillions of this coin, multiple trillions. Matty G is a minnow compared to some of the people that are involved here, and yet it was Matty G that set this loose in the public. And now, as he would call them, the peasants are involved. And now he's got a VPN, he's shifted location, he's got his knives and AK-47 on the go. Let's watch a bit more. I'll let it play for a bit longer.
I figured this all out way too early, man. We've got some knife sharpeners right here. These knives are just the beginning, man. We've got all kinds of Uzis, AKs, everything, man. And if you didn't know that I had all these weapons, man, you would have killed me by now. We all know that. Guys, I'm getting all kinds of death threats because of fucking DogeGF, bro. Way more than I ever got with XRP. I'm told to shut my mouth right now, but first.
Right, so now we've got a guy who's got AK-47s and automatic weaponry, yielding sharp knives and a set of rabbit ears.
Something bad happens. I've been told from at least 10 people. I actually can't believe it. Like, it sounds fucking ridiculous. I've been told to shut up by at least 10 people already about DogeGF. Can you actually believe the peasantry from the central banks? Can you actually...
The rabbit ears and the knives and the headset. Anyway, I don't know. Not the ideal defense.
Actually, like, this is just the beginning of the weapons I have here.
No, it's not the beginning. You've told us you've already got AK-47s and automatic weapons, Uzis, etc.
I'm not using any VPN. You can come and get me right now. You know exactly where I am.
Well, what's your address?
I know you know exactly where I am. But you're too scared. You're too scared because you know that
I guess it's the rabbit ears, that's why they're too scared.
I've got automatic machinery. I've gone to all the baddest motherfuckers, right? And everyone's like, oh, Matty G, you need to watch out with the cartel. Bro, I've got the cartel in my back pocket. I've got the best weaponry in my back pocket, bro. I've got... You have no idea the kind of defense we have here. A lot of these guys, they just go down, man. They end up roadkill.
Right here, I'll interject and say this is exactly why, when you're suffering from anxiety and pressures, that you don't make YouTube videos when you're plastered. This will be taken down shortly, obviously. That's why I'm screenshotting and taking a capture of this now, doing a video of it now. So, anyway.
I mean, if you think I'm going down that easily.
I mean, I'm not here to take the piss out of Matty G, but this is just too good. I mean, you know, hey,
We'll be firing rounds into all your fucking troops before you even get close to Matty G. So if you want to get me, you're gonna have to come and get me yourself. And even then, I think after I destroy like most of your troops,
Oh, jeez.
you're not even gonna want to kill me. You're gonna want to talk to me in person and figure out what the hell's going on. Because this is gonna look bad for a lot of you guys. Like the amount of information I've got on all you guys, the dead man switch I've got on all you.
What's he got, the McAfee dead man switch? Yeah, well, as I said from the top of this video, and this could drag out, because if I interject through this whole 14-minute video, it's going to be too long, so I've got to let this go. But right from the outset, I thought to myself, DogeGF, excellent. It's an excellent meme coin, but how did he get onto it? How did he get onto it? And do you think that the people that had positioned themselves, all the whales, appreciate this coin being exposed so early through this guy, Matty G? And clearly they weren't releasing it for a reason, a good reason. They were waiting, they were timing. And old Matty G with his rabbit ears comes along and he spills the beans. And now we're all going to benefit from it, but he's fucked it up for them. I'm certain of it. I mean, I'm a bit of a conspiracy theorist myself, and this is just too good. This is gold. Anyway, play on.
Guys, man. I mean, my wealth, I've got staggering amounts of wealth at this stage.
Hang on. He says he's got staggering amounts of wealth. I saw his portfolio with 239 trillion Dogecoin go from 1.2 million down to 75,000. Now it's bounced back to about 400k, which is good. But staggering amounts? What else has he got? XRP? He told me that he said that he sold most of his stack for this meme coin. I don't know. Just doesn't make a lot of sense. He's got staggering amounts of wealth. On last Friday, he had 75k from Doge, and he put most of it in. Has he got other stacks? I don't know. Maybe he's Patreon.
And the way that wealth will be distributed will come and interfere with a lot of the plans you guys have. So these knives are just the beginning. I don't want to show right on YouTube all the heavy machinery we have here, but it's pretty severe. I don't want to show you guys the armed bodyguards I have here. It's pretty severe. And the death threats I've been receiving since letting the cat out the bag with DogeGF is pretty severe. And the amount of millions we've squandered from these central bankers since letting the cat out the bag with DogeGF it's severe.
Squandered.
Really
I don't know
is.
if that's the word.
It really is.
You mean
I was told, look, Matty G, I'm going to tell you about this.
accumulated,
You
diverted.
better wait a couple of months before you tell anyone. And I just thought, you know what?
Who
Fuck
said?
it. I'm gonna tell
Who said
everyone
wait a couple
earlier.
of months before you let it out of the bag?
I don't give
Who's
a damn,
what's
fella.
going on? It's funny
You
when
know,
you're drunk.
what?
You know, some truths come out.
Because think about it. When I was like 5 years old, I was like, what the hell is this
Who's
like?
involved in this? What's the plan?
And I was trying to think back and remember before I was alive. And I just don't remember anything. And so basically, if I don't remember anything before I was alive, then that means I don't remember anything after I die. So if they kill me, as long as I have a quick death, which I will, with all the guns and stuff I have, the death will be quick. So if my death is quick and I don't remember anything before I was alive, that means I don't remember anything after I die.
Well, first of all, we don't know what this outside of this realm is, do we? We just don't know. This is just a part of this is the living realm. We don't know what's before or after this realm, so.
Which means that if they try and kill me rapidly, it's going to be over in a light speed.
Well, some of these Mexican cartels can be pretty brutal. They'll chop your arms off and pull your fingernails out and let you live. They don't necessarily make it easy for you, mate. So, I mean, I think this is all bollocks, but if they want to get nasty, mate, they don't make it easy. They don't make it quick. They make it slow and painful. Not that I'd know, but it's what I've read.
which means I'm going to be okay. I'm going to be okay. So I'm going to keep letting out the truth. I'm going to...
You'll be okay if you sober up and just not post these videos. They're just ridiculous.
keep telling people what they don't want me to tell them before I do. I'm going to be okay, man. I was sent here for a reason. I've done this for a reason. I'm making so many people rich beyond their wildest dreams.
That is potentially true. If people had got in when Matty G first got in and they had to put 10k in, and they had have maybe got out when they're at 1.2 million. I don't know. Look, to be frank, I don't understand. Like, I've got long-term bags in my own portfolio, but I do not understand how this dude on last Friday week, could have had 1.2.5 million US dollars from an investment of about 13k and not cashed out. I just don't get that. That is life-changing amounts of money for a bloke like this who once lived in a tent. Maybe he's got something else on the go that we don't know about. Talks about, huge amounts of wealth. Maybe there is more to it. It's a bit confusing. But yeah, listen, you put $1.2 million in front of me from DogeGF, I'm taking it every day of the week. That's just me.
And this isn't going to stop until they take care of me. And I figured out a way how to protect my assets.
Don't forget he's got the rabbit ears on still.
And make sure I'm not personally liable for all the wealth I generate. I'll be able to redistribute this wealth the way I see fit without any entities coming in the way. And I believe that the MattyGTV community are switched on, and we will be the 1%. And
I'll just interject here again. You know, when people come into enormous amounts of wealth, it takes intelligence to manage it. It'll wreck most simpletons, average people that don't know how to handle it. It's really important that if you do come into an enormous amount of wealth, that you've got the right people around you to manage it. And if that would ever happen to me, I would hire lawyers and I would hire accountants that are switched on with all these sorts of things. And I'd lay as low as possible. Because as the old saying goes, more money, more problems. And all the elites and the wealthy talk about that being an issue, and I'm certain it's true. And so that's something to keep in mind. You've got to keep in check of things, because it doesn't just because if you come into money, it doesn't necessarily make things easy. In fact, from what I understand and what I learn and what I research, most people that have come into wealth, their lives are worse off. So take it for what it is.
a lot of the things that we don't agree with that are happening right now, I believe that we're going to make so many people rich that all the things that are happening right now aren't even going to matter. We're going to make so many people rich that it's going to be us between all of them. And they're sickening agendas that are going on right now will not be able to come to fruition because we'll have more wealth and more power than all of them combined. And they have a very close-knit community of a very small amount of people. But we will be a large community of a lot of people with a lot of wealth. And we will dictate the future. And I will not stand for the things that are going on right now. For the people I've seen on my Instagram feed, twitching out, not able to control their body, not able to control their reproductive processes. This is not okay for me. And
Huh? Their reproductive processes? You mean having sex? Having children? What?
I will stand for that with my life. I don't care if I have to die for that, because that's something I believe in, is if we're headed on the road to...
This is crazy talk. This is literally crazy talk. This is a man that's having trouble coming to terms with what appears to be an enormous amount of wealth, or a large amount of wealth, I guess, and he's having trouble handling it. I don't know. He's jumping at shadows here. I wouldn't be doing any of this nonsense.
Too many people being on this planet. I want to be told up front. I want to be told the truth. I want to be told how it is. I want to be told, hey, this is the path we're on. This is the roadblocks we're going to face if we continue on this path. This is the remedies I see for the future. I don't believe that the people are so stupid that we need to lie to them to create the future that we need. Look, we
Yes,
need
they
this
are.
future. We need a future.
You never
of
told
less
the
people.
truth. Governments
That's the
and the
reality.
elites don't tell the
But it doesn't
livestock
mean we
what's
need to
going on.
coerce and manipulate people
You think they're going to
to
tell the
get that
truth?
reality. I
You
believe
think they're going to
that
let you in
people
on the
will
game?
agree to the reality that we want, that we need to create without coercion. I believe we can create that reality. I believe there needs to be a minimum income requirement for people to have multiple children. If you don't have that income requirement, you should only be allowed one child per partner.
No, this is a free society. If people choose to have more children than they can afford, the children will suffer and the family will suffer and things will equilibrate. There's no problems with that. Let them do what they want.
No multiple partners, none of this bullshit feminism bullshit. That's a disgrace. Whoever started this feminism... Look, dude, you've created so many false narratives to try and...
It all sorts itself out in the end because reality and truth dictates everything. So it'll all sort itself out. Feminism, everything. Everything will find its natural course. Water finds its level and everything in society finds its level. It takes time and it cycles, but eventually truth and correctness finds its level, finds its place. So you don't need to make rules or dictates. Everything organically finds its level.
push your agenda, but the truth will always resonate.
That's correct. That's why you don't need to manipulate anything. If somebody wants to have a family, 10 kids on $1,000 a month, let them go. It'll sort itself out. Let nature take its course. Let the truth and let everything take its course. You don't need to govern and make rules. As long as nobody's hurting anybody and injuring other people, let them do what they want. Let them do what they want. There should be absolutely no codes, no rules, no statutes. Just let natural law take its place. If someone wants to be stupid enough to have 10 children when they don't have the resources, let nature take its course.
And the truth, even if people oppose the truth in the beginning, eventually they'll agree to the truth. Because the truth is the truth.
The truth is like suppressing the truth can be done, but only for so long. Because like a beach ball under a swimming pool, it'll eventually find its way to the surface. It might take 10 minutes, it might take a year, it might take 1,000 years. But like a beach ball under a swimming pool, the truth will always become buoyant. Always find its way to the surface. It's impossible not to, because it's real. It's the truth. You don't have to worry about the truth. It'll take care of itself. It may take time.
We don't need to coerce. We don't need to manipulate. We don't need to lie to people. The truth, if we state it over and over and over again, eventually they will accept it as the reality.
Well, truth is reality. It's matter of fact.
Which it is. If the truth is, if the real reality is that we need less people, we will work together as a community to make...
We don't need less people. I've been to England. It's a highly populated, small landmass. You move 1 hour out of London and it's empty. There's villages everywhere. This overpopulation is a complete scam. You know, no one should buy into it. I'll tell you what are overpopulated is the livestock plantations called cities. You move 1 hour out of any city, 1 or 2 hours out of any city, and you're into the country. There's no one there.
Less people. We don't need to be jabbed and killed and destroyed and twitching out to create these less people.
What are we up to? 20 minutes on this
we
video.
Can make money.
Let's go forward a bit. See what he has.
As long as you do it legitimately and ethically and morally, people are happy with that. Manipulation. You need to roll back the internet. You need to stop people posting online the way they do. It's just...
Internet is a problem. It is a massive problem. I'm in my 50s now myself, and I've got to say I'm progressive and I live a modern life, but I think it was more productive before the internet. I think the internet has just allowed too much connectivity and too much virtualism. Previous to that, there was a lot more tangible, you know, behaviours and a lot more substance of real matter, not just virtual bullshit like we see today. Yeah, the internet's a massive issue, and more so the connectivity. It's caused a massive issue, particularly with governments and policing and surveillance. Yeah, be a big problem. Yeah, before '95, I'd argue that I was more productive before '95 and certainly lived a much freer life, albeit slightly inconvenienced because there wasn't the convenience of the internet, but the convenience of the internet, what it brought compared to the problems, I think I'd rather go back to 1995, before Windows.
It's not possible to continue with your agendas with the internet as advanced as it is. So that's what I believe.
Technology aids governments and policing, simple as that. It aids humanity to some extent, but to a far greater extent governance, and that's a massive problem.
I'm on both sides. I'm on the side of the people. I'm on the side of the rulers. I think we've made a few missteps. But the way this is going, it's going to lead to a French Revolution in the 1700s.
I agree. This isn't going to end well. This is not going to end well. I thought I was going to live my life in pure peace, but that's just not going to happen. And anybody that does and is walking around with their mask, fully vaccinated, well, fully vaccinated means there's no such thing as fully vaccinated, because they're going to throw in the booster shots every few months or weeks or whatever. So, yeah, there's going to be pushback. And the bewildered masses that are going along with this, they're going to be in for a rude awakening.
Except in this century, this is how this is going to lead into. And I don't think that's best for either parties. So, if you're in the Illuminati with the 0.01% agenda, contact me directly. Just talk to me yourself. Send me a direct message from your personal Instagram account. Let's talk about this.
The deep state aren't going to contact you, mate. You're jumping at shadows.
This directly. Because the things you're doing now from these stupid Instagram accounts with 3 followers, conclusion together, probably one of the last videos I make. I'm probably a dead man walking after.
So clearly, I'm just going to wrap it up there, but clearly old Matty G here has had a bit of a fright and had a bit of a scare. So someone's got in touch with him. I mean, the world runs on money. It's always about the money. Mask wearing, COVID-19, it all ties back to the money, the financial reset. You know, it's just one big shit show. But Matty G here, in my opinion, reading between the lines here, which I've been doing for a few weeks now, or a couple of weeks at least, is that he has let the cat out of the bag somewhere or another. He's let the cat out of the bag and he's pissed a few people off. And that's what's going on here. And now he's getting some threats. They're bullshit threats, in my opinion. They're probably idle threats, but he's a young man. He's probably a bit inexperienced and he's jumping the gun here. Plus he's tanked. So you react like this. But I would just ignore it and just get on with your business. Keep your head down and just focus on what you're doing. But anyway, it's very interesting. It pretty much confirms what's going on, in my opinion. But it's a fascinating thing. There's a bit of a conspiracies going on here. There's something more to it. It's very interesting story, the whole DogeGF thing and the way Matty G's pushed it forward and what the sources were. But when you look at the whale accounts and how many people are involved, some of them with quadrillions, yeah, I mean, why weren't they promoting it? You know, and all of a sudden this character comes along with his rabbit ears and starts sprouting it off. Good, and hey, listen, good for us. Good for us. But I think he's actually fucked them over and they're pissed off. Anyway, that's it for me. I'm sure Matty G is probably going to take this video down. But, hey, it is what it is. Take it easy. Bye-bye.